haven't made a video. I've forgotten how to speak. Oh, of course. Of course, there's a train. Hey everybody, Rocktimus Prime here, and I'm back with another video. Now, I know it's been a while, sorry, that's just kind of what you get. The air conditioner is on, so if you hear any humming coming from behind you, that's what that is. But it is very warm in my little room today. So, what are we doing? We're doing a review! But first off, I kind of want to explain where I've been. Just kind of been rethinking things recently. Been kind of downsizing my collection, kind of been focusing it on what I really want to collect, what means the most to me. Obviously Rodimus is but it's Rodimus is the Beast stuff, G1, Armada, Energon, Cybertron, Seekers, that kind of thing. So I'm not just buying things because they're new, I'm buying things that I actively want. Which leads me on to the subject of today's video. Now today we're going to be taking a look at this guy. This is Transformers Kingdom Rodimus Prime. I think he's a leader. He's got to be. He was like 80 bucks. He's got to be. Finally, we have a good mainstream Rodimus toy. He's not perfect, but he's pretty darn close. For a mass-produced Rodimus toy, he does sort of feel like a mishmash between a regular figure and a masterpiece figure, mostly because of the way that the transformation is handled. It is very reminiscent of other Rodimi that we've had in the past. It's a Rodimus toy. What do you want? Do you want a brand new transformation? Shut up. He's beautiful. He's my son and I love him. Coming in close here so you can get a good look at some of these painted details and stuff on him. It's just, so nice. Love the chest, the way that the chest transforms, gives it that second degree of bend. The arms, they look a little stubby to me, but they are arms. I love the way that all the kibble is handled on them. There's not really anything hanging off them like I thought there would be. The face is wise and wizened. Is that a word, wizened? Like you would expect from a Rodimus toy. And it's just awesome. Also, there is a surprising amount of metal in this toy. Not like die cast or anything, but there's metal screws and rivets and just things holding this figure together very solidly. Which seems like it's kind of weird to say, but for the past couple years it has kind of felt like we've just been getting friction tabs and plastic tabs and wiggly figures. This guy barely wiggles. I was gonna say doesn't wiggle, but if you hold him from certain angles, whoa, you can just see all the nice molded details, like here in his robo crotch, his nice smooth thighs, and the way that his shins and stuff are just so black and detailed. Truck. His back is expertly detailed, though I do have a problem with this spoiler, which I'll get to in a minute. The figure overall is just very well detailed and has a lot of greeble to it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Greeble is just like random details. It's kind of like you saw on the crotch and on the legs. But I love it. For an older, sort of grander figure that Rodimus Prime is supposed to be, this sells it hardcore. Hey guys, Editor Matt here, and you're on my phone because for some reason the memory card on this thing said it was only going to record for like a minute and a half, so don't know why that is. But looking into that, it's about 3 days later, as you can probably tell by the change of shirt and the change of hair, because my hair is a freaking mess today, I don't know why. But I was going through the edit and noticed that I completely messed up the trailer section, so we're going to do that again. So the trailer itself is actually really cool. It has a lot of that Optimus vibe. It has the typical Prime trailer vibe, but it has so many more features. It's super cool. This little hatch here, you can open it up, and it's kind of like a little access ramp for ships and things, and planes and things that fly. Super cool. I have the accessories stored on here just because that's where they go. Another thing that I got wrong was this piece back here lifts up, but also this back section folds down to be a ramp so you can get things inside like a typical Prime trailer. And I really like that. I like the fact that it's not just a one-stage thing. It's multiple things that have to happen in succession. So let me try this for the first time. So if I bring this down and then fold that so it's kind of like that, better than having it stick out everywhere. So then you just take these, open them up, make sure these are tucked underneath because I actually have a stress mark, as you can see right there. On this side, I don't know how that happened. It just did. One day it just appeared. So I don't know whether that was from shipping because the box was kind of broken when I got it, but I can't imagine me doing that with the transformation. But anyway, the inside is rather nice. It's a very much of a Prime trailer. Got lots of nice molded details and greebles and stuff, and you can have weapon ports, truck, and there's this nice blaster gun turret thing here. So you just stand that up, hold it out, and it's super cool. Legitimately love how this thing looks like it could be a mobile turret, for lack of a better word, but something very heavy and very slow. Like, you deploy it and it's got these treads, so it goes you know, it's not just like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It sets up a theme, and I like that. One thing I didn't mention because I forgot about it is these little blast pieces can also plug in to the turrets, so they can plug it in on both sides and just have like an actual shooty bang bang thing going on. Overall, I feel like the play pattern of Rodimus's trailer is so much better than Prime's because it's more of a platform and a kind of like a base mode for smaller figures to sit down in and, you know, hang out in. And with it having, there are a couple bits like it won't close all the way for some reason. I can't get it to tab in completely, so kind of bugs me. This, I really like having the ramp now. I think that's all I wanted to say about this, other than it has the sliding piece for the weapon storage and the effects and things like that. So, but the bigger pieces don't fit in the tray, so we have to find creative ways to store them in the trailer. Back to our regularly scheduled review, already in progress. You can see all this nice like diamond plating, some tracks going up. It's a very cool trailer. This is something that you would expect to see on like Masterpiece style trailers. Is like a med bay thing, or like a battle platform thing with a thingy here. My only issue is that this isn't level. I can't get it to stick straight out. It's always kind of cocked at an angle. So setting the trailer to the side for just a second, we're gonna take a look at some of the individual accessories that he comes with. Of course, he does come with the Roddy gun, which is basically just Hot Rod's guns plugged together. It does look exactly like that, and my camera's gonna be terrible focusing on this, but you can fold it up for storage. And it's kind of where the gun breaks anyway, because you have the second gun right there. It's pretty nifty. Also, like, the coolest weapon that he comes with isn't even one that I remember him using all that much, if at all. And it's this really cool sword. I really like the way this thing looks. It's got nice silver paint on it and a black handle. And the overall look of the sword is just, it's just super cool. I don't know how to describe it other than that. It has this little tab in the hilt that you can pull out, and it's for storage. You know, you can plug it on his back or plug it into one of the many ports on the trailer. Also, he does come with these two black, wait a minute, hold on. Well, I dropped it. Yeah, they're black, that's so weird. I hold this one up to a light source, and inside of it I can see little blue lines. This one kinda sorta has that. So that makes me wonder, are these things blue plastic that are painted black? Or are my eyes just deceiving me and it just shines in the... Oh, these things are trippy. Sorry if the angle's a little weird. I had to delete some footage on my camera. Anyway, more plastic goodness here with these blast bits. Can you see those? They're like a blast tree. It's kind of cool. Essentially what this is it's a way to show different amounts of damage being done, or a different type of fire spread. I don't know. It's to show this giant Christmas tree looking blast thing. But the joy about these is they're modular. You can take them apart and reduce the blast to just that, or if you really wanted to, just that, or just that. It's literally up to you. The next accessory he comes with is this tiny matrix, and as you can see, it actually has the gold paint on it for some reason, and it's very, very sloppy, though this thing is very small. So I guess if you can't do better, shut up. I do wonder why we didn't just get a reuse of Studio Series Hot Rods matrix. And as you can see, they're similar, but I think they're different. It's honestly really hard to tell. This is the Studio Series one, and that's the one that came with Kingdom Rodimus. They look similar, but I can't tell if that's just mold degradation or what, or the terrible paint on my copy. Another odd shift is the Christmas Morning Star Matrix Blast. I don't know why this is different. I mean, I guess I really shouldn't be complaining because more parts count, but I feel like if they could have reused this, the price could have been a little bit less. Same with the Matrix, price could have been a little bit less. Not a whole lot less, because like I said, it still comes with the trailer, but boy, that was a lot of waffle. Anyway, shall we move on to some size comparisons? I think we shall. For some size comparisons in robot mode. Here we have Rodimus, and here we have Earthrise Smokescreen. Here we have Earthrise Optimus. And finally, here we have Studio Series Hot Rod. And there are a lot of design cues, basically in the transformation from this guy to this guy. And I kind of think that was intentional, because technically it's the same toy, just a different character.
Strike that. Reverse it. This way, please.
Like what they do with their kibble here on their arms is basically identical. And the way they handle their kibble on their legs is identical. There's only so many ways you can turn this type of car into this type of robot. Articulation-wise for this guy, the head is on a very tight swivel. So you go side to side, up and forward, not down, but forward. Which is weird, so you can be all like, oh, you can't see. You can be all like, if you want him to do that, it's your toy. Don't want to judge. Though you are very weird. Like the arms are kind of peculiar. They don't necessarily tab in, well, they don't tab into the chest full stop. They just don't. But they're on like this butterfly joint that kind of gives you another few degrees forward. Oh, my back just cracked. Ah! They go out about that far. He can't really do a T-pose because his shoulders hit his face. One weird thing, I don't know if this is on every copy, but my arms kind of click. You see that? Kind of click down just a bit. But anyway, he has a double joint at the elbow. He does have sideways elbow action. His wrists can bend, which is awesome. And he also has the Masterpiece style 3 fingers and a pointer. Though on my copy, it is very stiff. It's hard to move the finger joint because maybe it's just my fat fingers can't get in there and work the little joints. Could be. He has a waist swivel, which is very nice. With how kind of bulky this whole torso and backpack assembly are, I wasn't really expecting a waist swivel, but he does have one. Well, 2 technically, if you count the one for transformation. Knees can go forward that far, so it's a very nice kick. Back about that far, a little bit of a less good kick. Out about that far without damaging anything. He does have a double jointed knee because you've got a joint here behind the shin, and then you've got the actual knee joint. So you can get some really good knee bends out of this guy. Though for leader money, you'd think so. So he has a side to side, but only goes so far before you have to bring it out and over. Not sure why. So, let's roll into the transformation. Yeah, that transformation, while slightly frustrating at times, because there's a very clear order that you have to do them in. And if you don't look at the instructions like I didn't, and still haven't, you're pretty much screwed. But you get there in the end, kind of, sort of, with only minor stress marks. That does kind of make me worry about the That does kind of make me worry about the length of time that this mold can be played with. Longevity, that's the word. That does kind of make me worry about the longevity of this mold, but I can't be upset. Not when I got this. It legitimately looks like the Rodimus car, but bulked up, bringing this guy out a little early. But you can see the overall motifs are the same, but this one's just like, let's roll, and this one's like, yeah. But of course, he's not complete just like this. No. You have to grab that trailer, and then a part that makes me very, very nervous, you slide that into there, and you have the Rocktimus Winnebago. I really dig this. I'm not sure about all of the wheels, or if these are supposed to be pushed up in this mode. I don't know. I didn't look at the instructions. But yeah, this mode is super cool. Will I display it in this mode? No, I'll have him in robot. The part that scares me most is this part right here. The insertion of this painted yellow fin into this hard plastic clip system. I don't, it makes me worry about the degradation of paint and just the degradation of the mold in general. I don't like it. I don't. But I'm sure they've done their homework. But I can already see some scuffs and dings in my fin, so I will probably not be putting that in again. Just saying. I forgot to mention that these black flames can actually be clipped on to Rodimus's sides. You can just clip them onto the pipe. Both of them. So that's pretty cool, but I don't know why you'd want Rodimus to be blowing black smoke. That's something that bad people do. People on the highway that I see do that. Going over the vehicle mode here, I really do like it. I like the wheels. One thing that is really cool about the transformation, these actually split. These wheels down here, they split. The cover comes up. You can peel them away so it looks like that. And then to transform it, you slide it up and clip it in place. Mine doesn't like to stay, but that's how you transform the arms. Or honestly, you could just leave it. It's up to you. You're supposed to turn his head around, but you can't really see inside of it anyway. So I don't. Mine came out of the box with his hands like this, so I don't know if it needs to be like this or if you can just do the knife thing. But, so, for some size comparisons, in vehicle mode, here we have Earthrise Smokescreen. Just so you can see, it does get really small. Earthrise Optimus, and himself, the Studio Series Hot Rod. Ooh. I love how these two figures echo each other. I think, I get that that's probably something that everybody's figured out, like, duh, of course. But, I don't know, I like it. It's like storytelling in plastic. Also, forgot to mention it when he was in robot mode, but his chest opens and you can put the Matrix inside. So, there we go. So, Kingdom Rodimus Prime. Do I recommend him? Heck yes, I recommend him. Though, I recommend that you look over the instructions at least once if you're going to transform him for any length of time. Like I said, I do worry about the paint on the fin and the orange paint on the shins, but his face isn't painted, so that's good, right? Overall, of course I'm gonna recommend this thing because it is a Rodimus Prime, and I kind of have a thing for Rodimus and hot rods. If you haven't noticed, where have you been? If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I have a thing for Rodimuses. But at the $80 mark, you do kind of get your value for money because he comes with a lot. He comes with a trailer and all that stuff. And like the trailer itself is twice the size of the one we got for Earthrise Optimus. So, yeah, but he's also a leader and Prime's a Voyager. He rolls really well. There's really no robot kibble underneath here. You just see the arms and kind of visible head, and you can see the chest and waist, but you don't look at him from the bottom. Just look at him from the top. Look how beautiful he is. Anyway, guys, this has been Rocktimus Prime. I don't know how to end these anymore. I just kind of ramble until I stop rambling, and I think I've said everything I need to say. So anyway, guys, this has been Rocktimus Prime with Earthrise Leader Class Rodimus Prime, saying hope you guys have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this. Take care, everyone.